Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Raleigh, North Carolina. My name is James Morrow. I'm a meteorologist here with your weekly impact weather briefing for Central North Carolina between today, Monday, June 4th, through Sunday, June 10th, 2018. If you're joining us a little bit later in the period, I highly recommend you go to weather.gov/Raleigh for your latest information, latest weather information. But we will be going over a brief overview of what to expect this week, and I do have some better news than the past few briefings. And many of you are seeing it already today with cooler temperatures, less humidity, and less of a rain chance, at least to start off the period, and we'll be going through that now. Let's take a look at what the satellite view this morning looks like. We had some low to mid-level clouds that are slowly dissipating, and we're seeing mostly sunny skies out there today, and we're expecting that to continue at least the rest of the today and for much of the week. So sunshine should be aplenty, and with a drier air mass filtering in, we should have some very pleasant, almost spring-like weather to start off our meteorological summer, which began on June 1st of this month. So early week, we have high pressure settling in. We do have a cold front that should remain mostly dry coming through late Tuesday into Wednesday. We could see maybe a couple of showers or thunderstorms develop as it approaches the coastline and the coastline of North Carolina, but we really shouldn't see too much in the way of widespread precipitation from that front. Later in the week, temperatures will begin to warm and humidity values will begin to warm as well, and we could have some thunderstorms returning to the forecast, but not until next weekend. So expect anywhere from 3 to 4 dry, mostly dry days with sunny skies with some more humidity, clouds, and precip chances arriving late in the week next week. Right now, our severe threat, at least over the next 3 days, remains low, and looking into the future, we shouldn't see too much of the way of severe weather until at least thunderstorms become more widespread next weekend. And it's a bit too far out right now to determine exactly what the severe threat with those would be. But right now, in the next 3 days, we should be clear when it comes to the severe threat. Flooding threat is also diminished. As you can see, the Roanoke River at Scotland Neck and the Tar River at Tarboro continue to decline from our 2 to 3 inches of rainfall that we saw the past 7 days. And that trend is expected to continue, especially with the dry weather in the forecast. And our drought is not a concern. With the recent rainfall that we've seen over the last 7 days, that's been plenty to keep us near where we should be. And other than some abnormally dry conditions across the southern half of the state, we are in good shape when it comes to drought, and we'll be continuing to monitor that with future rainfall trends. The first half of next week, today through Wednesday, we should be mostly precipitation-free, with the exception of maybe the far eastern Piedmont counties, which may see a shower or storm develop with the frontal passage on Wednesday. And we have precip chances and amounts starting to rise as we get into the weekend with those scattered showers and storms beginning to form. We shouldn't see too much in the way of precip, though, anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch in the areas to see those thunderstorms mainly next weekend. It is tropical season. The start of hurricane season began on June 1st. We had some action just prior to the start of the official tropical season, with Alberto coming ashore along the Gulf Coast and actually maintaining its subtropical depression status as it went into the Corn Belt states of the United States. So things have quieted down out there, and we're not expecting tropical cyclone activity over the next 5 days. So we should stay relatively quiet on that front. And new this year, we actually have a new tropical page, and I recommend you guys all take a look at this because it has some very useful different tabs, including some threats and impacts, satellite radar, and an easy way to view all of our social media accounts on one tab, and some good preparedness information if things start heating up in the tropics. So if you guys have a chance, go to weather.gov/Raleigh/tropical. There's a lot of good information on our new tropical page. Looking ahead to next week, there really isn't a concrete indications, but we do expect a warmer than normal and possibly a wetter than normal pattern to continue at least over the next 7 to 14 days. So like I said, not huge indications on this, but expect anywhere a little bit warmer than normal. So we're talking mid to upper 80s, maybe a few 90-degree temperatures, and potentially wetter than normal conditions. And a quick summary, slightly cooler and drier to start your meteorological summer, which runs June 1st through August 30th, or the end of August. And your astronomical summer begins June 21st, the longest day of the year there. Mostly dry cold front will come through midweek. This will give and allow for cooler temperatures and a warming and moistening trend as we get into the later parts of the week. Shower and storm chances return for the weekend, and the tropics, for now, remain quiet at the start of the season. If you guys have any questions, feel free to submit them to us. And as always, feel free to check back in with us. Follow our social media accounts. We're NWS Raleigh on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And we will disseminate this briefing in our normal ways, email, and posting them on social media. And I've also attached them to your handouts portion of GoToMeeting. So if you go under your handouts, you should be able to download a copy of this right here. So I will end the recording here.